Hey, welcome everyone to Easy Upgrades, brought to you by The Light Cellar. My name is Malcolm Saunders, and I'm going to show you how to create your own vanilla extract. I did this a couple years ago, purely as an experiment, just to try it, wanted to try it, and honestly, I kind of forgot about it. And I think when I initially tried it, it didn't really grab my attention. It was like, okay, it's all right, it's there. I was really into using the beans, using the powder, wasn't so into the extract, so onto the shelf it went. Sat around for literally a couple of years until recently, Denis, who works here, many of you know and love, he came to me, and it was during a period we were actually out of vanilla. And he says, oh yeah, he said, by the way, we had a customer come in, really wanted your vanilla, so I sold him some of your extract, and it's fantastic. And I was like, what, really, that extract, that old stuff that I made years ago? Open it up. This was full actually a few weeks ago. That tells you how amazing it was. You can just see, look at this stuff here. So we're gonna get a spoon, we're gonna dive right in, and the smell of it is there, it's incredible. And then at the real gem at the bottom here is what we can describe as the vanilla tar. There it is, some of that black just drips off the spoon. That's all the seeds that are at the bottom. And somebody affectionately called it vanilla tar. It is delicious. So how did I do it? Well, what was my process? I wish I could remember exactly, but we're gonna recreate it here. We're gonna create something wonderful and delicious. What we need is alcohol. It can be anything. I have no preference to brand or allegiance to anything. We just need some sort of alcohol like a vodka. This is what this is. It has 40% strength, so it has enough strength to be able to pull and extract those properties into itself out of the vanilla bean. If you haven't seen the previous video on how to work with vanilla beans, start there, because this is something that you can do after the fact with vanilla beans that you've worked with, right? So alcohol, mason jar, and vanilla. So you can work with vanilla beans that you've scraped out the seeds of for chocolate making, whatever the case is. I collect a bunch of them, they just sit there, they dry out, they infuse the room, and they're my incense until I want to work with them, right? They're just sitting in the corner. So we've got a nice little handful here. We're going to chop those up just to a nice size that they'll actually fit right into the jar. Okay, get these guys in there too. I happen to have some of the seeds that I'd scraped out previously from another vanilla beans. We're going to put that in. Our vanilla beans in. You can absolutely use fresh whole vanilla beans, ones that you haven't scraped out yet. All the seeds, pods. Basically, we just want vanilla in there. And just for extra measure, I'm going to even throw in some of the vanilla powder. Put that in there. A couple of good scoops. I mean, to me, in my experience of having done this, one thing I do remember is I just packed it full of vanilla. I mean, it was full of vanilla beans. I put in the powder and then literally topped it with alcohol. Most vanilla extracts are done with alcohol. Some of them are done with glycerin. You can use that, but alcohol, in my preference, is probably the best. It has the greatest ability to really pull all those flavor compounds out of the vanilla, extract it into itself. And then the other thing that it's really key for is it's a preservative, right? So this is several years old. It'll last several more for a long, long time. Those of you that are into herbology, you're recognizing the process. This is just the simple way of making a herbal extract. Now you can get specific. Definitely some herbs require different strengths of alcohol, different ratios, but this is just, you know, the easy layman's version, right? It's like we get some vanilla, we put in some alcohol, we put on our lid. Oh, very key important, we got to label it. You know, what did you do? What type of vanilla? You may want to know a couple years from now. It'd be nice. It's like, oh, okay, that's what I did. I could recreate this. We're going to recreate it in our own way in this moment. We're going to give it a shake, and then literally we're just going to let it sit on the shelf. And minimum 2 weeks, more like in a month. The longer you can go, the more flavorful it's going to be. And once we get to the point where we're satisfied, we're going to strain it off. This one was strained some time ago, and then you're left with just that pure vanilla extract. One thing that you will find after you've strained it out is it might be a little bit boozy. That could be to your taste, maybe not. For me, it was like, whoa, it's like, you know, pure vodka. So you can actually dilute it with water. So something that you're more used to in a vanilla extract. One thing you want to be careful of when you're adding like pure spring water or filtered water to be able to dilute the alcohol content is that you don't dilute it too much. In order to preserve it and have it last for years, you need at least a minimum of 20-25% alcohol content. So this being 40% alcohol, we want to dilute that. I wouldn't add more than half your volume to the alcohol. So you can do slightly less than half. You can start with a third, you know, shake it up, have a taste of it, and see if it's that right percentage for you. I mean, you can see we've created a huge amount. This is literally why it will last you for years, and very inexpensive. The cost of the alcohol, the cost of your vanilla beans, powder, whatever your preference is to use, put it in, you have a lifetime supply. Vanilla extract.